that you have what you need, but you're still putting it as if I'm not cooperating with you, and I am. So they're like, well, we'll just sign a release of information. Do you know what's on the release of information? It has medical and physical health records, behavioral health and psychiatric records, spouse abuse and rape crisis center records, court records, housing records, child support, spousal support records, food stamp records. I don't receive food stamps, but okay. KTAP records. I don't have KTAP, but okay. And they want it in authorization for a period of 6 months.
So that the surveillance it
Say it again.
They want to be able to watch 6 months.
Yeah. Yes. And it's very infuriating. It's very infuriating because when I'm sitting in this court and I'm sitting here listening to them, they're like, oh, well, certain people haven't been served. Why not? This was served on October 6th. So what is the delay? Oh, there's been mails that's been kicked back. Why have they been kicked back? It's just like these people are playing tug of war with my son and myself in our time. I've already lost all the stages of his newborn stages, and they continue to prolong reunification when they have no reason to have him out of my care. So this is really, really, this is a big deal, you know, and I need people that want to be involved to get involved, because if it's happening to me, don't ever think for a second it cannot happen to you. Don't ever think that.
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
think that. You know, don't think because you come from, you know, a good support system or whatever that they cannot do this to you. They're doing it to you because, or doing it to me because they don't help. You know, and it's just like, it's infuriating, guys. It's really infuriating that my son has been out of my care illegally. Illegally. I cannot say it enough. My son is out of my care illegally. And the people in power are continuously breaking the law. They're breaking the law, y'all. They're sitting here breaking the law. What part of that don't y'all understand?
It's a stall tactic. Like you said, there's no, I bet you if they were trying to serve you, you would have been served before. If it was from October the 6th, you would have been served the next day.
Yeah, I'm sure I would have. I'm sure. You know, they even got to the point where they were falsely coming to my house trying to deliver papers, right? And I had to call and be like, well, what's going on? They're like, oh, we were at the wrong house. Oh, were you? Were you? Were you? So it's just like they continuously continue to break the law. This is a problem. Zephaniah has been out of my care since he was 2 days old because they broke the law. I did not break a law.
Right.
I did not break the law. I have not been accused of abusing or neglecting my son. These are allegations that have not been proved to be true. Right. And I've been to court a number of times to prove myself, and nobody will let me talk.
And some people
they did not take me through the process.
Removal, the reason for the removal, right? And we've talked about this in regards to the fact that Zephaniah was taken away from Miss Sellers at 2 days old because they said she was impolite to nurses. This woman who just labored for 36 hours to bring life into this world had her 2-day-old baby ripped from her hands for no reason. She had not broken the law. She had not abused or neglected her child, but yet she sits here 5 months later without her child, and she requested for a hearing to be immediately entitled to custody of her child. And it's been weeks, and she still hasn't been heard.
What does the word immediately mean? Did they get a definition? Because immediately they immediately came and removed him, right? But they
Yes.
give you him back when you file an immediate motion to have that done. That don't make sense.
Exactly. And then on top of that, they said some stuff like, well, you may not have had appropriate proceedings, but you had the adjudication, so it makes it all better, Miss Sellers. It makes it no, it does not. No, it does not.
The way you violated my civil rights, you violated so many things. So no, it's not. Let somebody say that to you.
These people, they refuse to do the right thing. And then they're trying to coach my attorney to get me to sign these papers and, just cooperate with who? Who am I? Why am I cooperating with these people? I've done nothing wrong. I can see if I have broken the law or something, but I have not done anything wrong. Like, what are you guys trying to prove here? The only thing that you're proving is how fucked up you are. That you can literally snatch a 2-day-old baby from its mother with no reason and then continuously make us go through trauma for what reason? Because somebody wants to cover themselves? Because somebody doesn't want to seem like the bad person? Because somebody doesn't want to say that they're wrong? Because somebody doesn't want to say that they made a mistake? This is wrong. It's wrong. Yeah. It's wrong. Yeah. It is so wrong. And I am so, like, it's to the point where I'm like, I've had it with these people. I've been civil. I've been nice. I've been trying to be understanding. But how much more do you want me to tolerate? How much more do you want me to understand that you're breaking the law in my face and you think that I'm going to be okay with it? I'm not okay with that. No, I want the same due process as any other person in the United States. I want my rights protected just like everybody else in the United States. I should not have to keep going to court to prove myself innocent when I've done nothing wrong to begin with. It's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous. It's just like, ugh. And my son is out there. Zephaniah is out there.
Yep. And he is, because he can't be in his room. He can't be in his Christian faith. And they have no reason. And they will not say why. They will not.
I asked him again today. So I told the judge, I said, they keep saying that there's all these issues going on, but haven't nobody produced this to me. He's like, well, I have it in the J case. Okay, give me the J case. Because I can almost assure you that it's the same shit that I have at home. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Do you want to go over it verbatimly? Because I have enough time to go over it verbatimly what you're talking about, because what you're talking about doesn't even make sense. Make it make sense. That's why all y'all are sitting in here don't know what the hell to do, because you know you're doing something wrong. When you're doing something right, it don't take that much energy to make it right. When you're doing something wrong, it takes a lot of energy to cover up what you're doing wrong. Period. End of story. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous. Like, if this is the type of America that we're living in and our rights are not being protected, we have a fucking problem, guys. We have a problem. And if nobody's standing up and talking about it, you're the problem. You're the problem. You see mothers out here fighting for their children, crying every night because their children have been wrongfully taken. And the least that you can do is show up. Show up. Show up. My son is out there. He has been illegally taken from me. Illegally. I have not done nothing wrong besides show up to court for them to try to bamboozle me every time I go. Every time I go. It's just like, it's unacceptable.
Until the people, like you said, are ready to stand up and say that Zephaniah is going to come home, because we will not leave this city. We will not leave in front of this courthouse until these babies come home, until Zephaniah comes home. Kentucky. They are so
the cabinet's like, oh, we want to give her baby back. We want to give her baby back.
Mary Carpenter, give Zephaniah back, the director of this state. If you wanted to get the child back, he would be home.
I remember the conversation that we had with you, and you tried to apologize for the cabinet's behavior. You tried to apologize to Miss Sellers for the cabinet's behavior. Remember that conversation, because if you don't, we have it. So, stand on what you said and get them to return Zephaniah.
Because that's
I guess it's gonna take for us to just like put everything on front street, like all the recordings of all the information being released, like all like just put them on front street because like what else is it? You keep saying that you don't have this information, but I have it. If I have it, how come you don't have it?
exactly right. Because they haven't been, because they don't want to return Zephaniah. Reunification is never the plan. Reunification is never the plan. It's to take our children away and have a raised in foster home. That's the plan, and that's what we're give the baby back because he belongs to Miss Sellers. That's it. Zephaniah belongs to Miss Sellers, and there's no question about that. There shouldn't be a judge involved in this conversation. This is what I'm. Why are you even in court?
Why am I even in court? Why am I even in court, y'all?
But this is
Going to the hospital to have my baby being brutally beat up, could have hemorrhaged to death, thrown in jail. Zephaniah sitting in the damn hospital when me and him were there together. Then they put him in foster care, respite care. Zephaniah is behind in his medical, right? Zephaniah's had COVID, right? Zephaniah's hair won't grow to save his life because he's not happy, he's distressed, he's depressed. But these people continuously to do this, talk about the best interest of the child. You and your freaking opinions almost killed my child. Literally. This is not okay.
it's not.
This is not okay.
And since they keep give them that information, we know how to redact stuff. We know how to take stuff out. We'll have a paper trail. So if that paper trail has to put on Front Street, that paper trail is when somebody sees what Miss Stella's talking about and what we have that and how she's been cooperating and doing what they giving them what they had. There is no other discussion. There is no other thing that you can say to court because all this is due in your face. So yeah, we can have names, we can have personal information, but we still got dates.
So, your call. Either you want to bring Zephaniah home or Mary Clark and the rest of your minions,
We just put you on Front Street. That's it. It ain't no discussion. That's it.
The judge talking about, well, why don't you just sign a case plan? I told him, I said, what is the point of you signing a case plan when everything that I have done has been voluntarily? I don't need their services. What the hell do I need to sign a case plan to show them that I'm doing stuff that I've been doing without them? That doesn't even make any sense. Well, Miss Sellers, don't you think it'd just be that much easier? Easier for what? For them to bamboozle me some more?
Right.
Really? Really? I've already done given them everything that they need, and they still have my child. So what kind of game are y'all playing with me? Because I'm really getting fed up with you guys. You guys are no more than who I am in the real world, in the real world, outside of your freaking badges and your damn lawyer suits and your damn judge cloaks. Like you ain't no more than a person than I am. Like you're the same as me, and you need to make the right decision because that's the right decision. You're stealing children. That's what you're doing. I want to be loud and clear. You're stealing people's children. And you're putting them in far worse situations than they would be if they were at home with their own parents. Like it's ridiculous. Like this is like it's just like how many kids is gonna be coming up missing in this freaking system or dead because they don't want to make the right decision because they think they're saving children. How are you saving children and children are getting raped from infancy? Putting them in around strangers. Ain't like they just need to stop and give me my child back. This is ridiculous. It's sad. It's ridiculous. Like it's a lot of stuff, you know. So whoever's listening, like I would appreciate if you guys came to Kentucky to show these people that We're not playing about Zephaniah. We're not playing about the rest of these children. You guys took this child away from this mother, beat her literally almost to death, put her in jail, and then trying to keep her wrapped up in the system so that she can't stay focused on the illegal kidnapping of her child. You kidnapped my child. And then you're going to try to find fault in me where there's no fault. And then when I produce you everything that you need, you try to say that you don't have it. What?
We got to show up. We have to show up. We have to show Kentucky that this is not going to, this can't go any further. This can't go any further. Look at Zephaniah. He has gotten so big. And just to think that we have watched this child grow through pictures when he should be home. We gotta respond, y'all. Look at this mother. How many times is she gonna come home from court? How many times is she gonna come home from court without Zephaniah? We can't let this keep happening. Kentucky, it's time to
I'm tired of these people. That's all I know. Like, I'm tired of these people. They're liars. They're liars. There's no truth in these people. You know, they try to befriend the judges, the GALs, you know, to try to get on their side to basically wipe their ass in dishonesty, because that's what it is. You know, and then they look at the parents as if we're in the wrong, and we're sitting here like, okay, but I want you to prove to me what you're talking about. Oh, well, we did. No. I want you to prove what you're talking about. They can't even prove it. What? I've asked these people on numerous occasions, prove to me what you're talking about. Prove it to me.
Yep.
Give me something. Give me proof of what you're talking about. Show me what you're talking about. Oh, well, we can't, we don't have that. Well, then why do you have Zephaniah?
Right.
Why do you have Zephaniah? On top of that, this is what they did, y'all. I'm gonna show you. They legally took my son from me from the hospital, and they knew that they were breaking the law. They continuously continued to break the law, and because they thought that I didn't know that they were breaking the law, they thought that they were going to get away with it by having a judge stamp some shit that I was not even guilty of to move it to another county so that they can deal with it, knowing that they didn't follow any procedures that they were supposed to, but trying to make it seem as if I'm the perpetrator here. Like I've really done something to Zephaniah. Everybody who's working with this case, who's put their hands on my case or put input in this case, knows that I did not do anything to Zephaniah. But because it's such a great liability, that if they give me back my son, they're going to be liable for a lot more things than what they are for right now. But it doesn't even make any sense though, because why would you take a child from its mother and then illegally proceed to prosecute her falsely just to cover the cabinet's ass? This is not okay. Oh, and I guess I'm supposed to have abused and neglect Zephaniah because Judge Stein said so. But you have to remember, Judge Stein is a judge that has been reprimanded many times for breaking the law and taking the law into her own hands. Might I add, a judge who said out of her own mouth, I jumped the gun and didn't listen to what the mother had to say. Ain't that some shit?
Ain't it? I mean,
Ain't that some shit?
she said it. I mean,
she said it. I didn't say it. She said it.
She said it. And like, so that's the thing, y'all. It's time to join the movement. Look at the link in our bio. And let us know if you are in Kentucky protest.
Also, contact the Attorney General to say sellers sending mail there, and he needs contact somebody to see why the mail miraculously just disappeared, didn't get there. So calling the if we get enough calls about Zephaniah, you know what we're talking about, because we're wondering why the mail stopped. Did everybody else get mail today? Yesterday? From our mail? I think so. So
they're just trying to cover something up, and it's not okay. You know, they're trying to cover it up, but they have to remember that There still is a God. There still is a God, and God sees what you're doing. And as hard as you try to judge me, you're going to be judged the same way. What you're doing is unacceptable. You do not have the power or authority to disrupt the dreams or the destination or destiny that God has for somebody. You can't just come take healthy children away from their parents and put them in very bad situations. There's no telling what Zephaniah has gone through, y'all. He can't talk. He cannot talk. Like, these fucking people. I'm sorry. Like, I'm really angry, y'all, because I should not be sitting here without my baby. Period. I should not be sitting here without Zephaniah. Okay? Secondly, I shouldn't be going to, like, you should just, like, if you guys can just see these people, if y'all can just see these people, how they sit amongst each other, just breaking the law. Just breaking the law. Like, and I know that they're doing it. They're breaking the law, and I'm watching them do it, and I'm telling them, you cannot do that. They're like, oh, well, because I have this cloak on and because I practice law, I can. Oh, so I'm exempt to be entitled to my human rights, right? My child is exempt to experience his human rights and his constitutional rights because you in a cloak and a lawyer said so. Right. This is not okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay.